All right, good morning. It is March 15th. It's Friday. Last day of vacation. I guess yesterday would have been technically last day of vacation because I don't normally work on Fridays. But last day of vacation, got tomorrow off, and then go back to work on Sunday. Big news on Monday. So, all right. We got lots to do today. Lots of fun things planned. Some sentimental things planned. So let's start the intro. All right, so we were extremely productive yesterday. I was kind of going through our to-do list, and there was even a few things that weren't on the list that I still got done. So naturally, of course, I put those on my list and then checked them off. I don't know, do you guys do that? I'm kind of curious. It just kind of makes me feel like I've got more complete if I have a full list and like, okay, this is what I accomplished, even though certain things were on my list. You guys ever do that? Let me know in comments below if you have a to-do list and you end up doing something that's not on the list, but you feel it's worth being on the list, that you put it on the list and then check it off immediately. Let me know in comments if you do that. No shame. Anyway, so we got a lot done yesterday, hoping that we get, that we're just as productive today. It's already 10:30. We've got quite a few things done this morning. Reached out to a couple clients about reviews, things like that. And after sending the reviews, I realized I forgot to take my own advice and put in those questions that we talked about a few days ago. I don't know what I was thinking, it's something I'm going to have to remember to do. Probably just type up like a generic email and save it in my Google Docs. That way when I send this type of message to a customer, like it's, it's generalized, it's concise, I can, change some things about it. And that way I don't forget things, right? Like I sent it off and I was like, you know what? Completely forgot about those questions. So it's all right. I'm not too worried about it. And to be honest with you, if I get one or two reviews out of the bunch, then I'll be perfectly happy because I currently don't have any reviews on my Facebook page. So kind of looking to get some of those customer reviews, just get them up and get them going. So with 2019, I've already got, I think I'm up to 12 clients at this point. So getting their review with a testimonial will help out tremendously. And I can, before that time period comes, I can get that generalized email set up with the questions and everything put in there. So we'll see. So what else did we do yesterday? Bowser, what did we do? So the other thing that we got done yesterday was the schedule. We started uploading videos to Facebook and YouTube, and I'm really excited about that. Right now we've got 6 videos planned, and 4 of them uploaded and ready to launch. The one thing that we need to work on today, though, in reference to that, is the second video of each wedding is the trailer, where's the hybrid of like the teaser trailer and the highlight reel. So we got to create those today.
Tidbit for the dog.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thanks. Here you go, bud. Here. Sit down. Good boy. Good boy. You like your Timbits? Bowser had a bit. As Sawyer would say, Bowser bits. So at any rate, I want to get those films made. They're going to be super easy to edit down, because all basically I'm doing is taking the highlight reel that I've already created, and I've already kind of made that's where I've included the letters for the couple. That's where their letters sit. And basically all I'm going to do is take the audio and the video from their letters and then splice over a couple extra scenes that were in the highlight reel but not in that particular section of the actual film. So I don't have to upload it. I don't have to like recall through video or anything like that. I literally just pull clips from the actual highlight reel and just put it together in like a small. It's probably gonna be about 5 minutes long because there's gonna be. I'm thinking about doing like 2 songs, one song for her and one song for him. Is kind of what I'm thinking. Just because one song, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have a limited supply of songs that are long enough and kind of future-proof this idea. There's like one song is gonna be difficult to find long enough to encompass 2 letter readings. As far as the early reports, the day 1 reports on the YouTube change that we made yesterday, definitely got more views on Facebook, which is interesting. I didn't get any comments yet. I don't believe so. I'll have to check that. So I didn't get. I'll have to check that. But the views are definitely up, and the one thing that Facebook does tell me is there's more people that have seen the post. So I think there was 17 actual views of the film itself, and then there was, I think, 25 people that seen it. So that's not a bad, that's not a bad click rate, to be honest with you, right? So 17 people clicked on it, and then 5 people, saw it but didn't click on it. Not bad. So we'll kind of tweak this as we go and kind of figure out what's the best course. And once kind of people start seeing like the similar content come up, do me a huge favor if you see it, because not everybody does. If you see it, share it, comment, like, whatever you got to do, because the nice thing is the more people that do that engage in that, the higher up it's gonna show up on other people's Facebook feeds, and we're just looking for greater exposure. Facebook is like the driving force right now behind I don't want to say majority of my business. So anything I can get, anything I can do to get my films in front of more eyes is beneficial. So, all right. So first up today, we're gonna go ahead and drive. We're gonna head over to the pet store. Your Gladys is out of food, and the cats are out of food, so we gotta pick up food for them. And we might pick up a tennis ball or 2 for this guy. Take him to the park. So it's gonna be a great car ride. So let's head over to our pet store and see what we can find. Betsy, go away. Alright, so we just finished up the pet store, got dog food, cat food, and picked up Squeaker toy for this knucklehead right here. I think we're gonna go to Hills and Dales and hang out there, play fetch a little bit, maybe go for a walk. It's not too cold out. It's about 50 degrees. There's barely any wind, so that's nice. We're gonna go do that. If you'll remember a couple podcasts ago, I talked a little bit about it, but so we'll kind of get into it. I'll try to keep it together. No promises. So today is the 1-year anniversary of when I had to do the absolute hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, and that was say goodbye to my puppy Kira. And she really wasn't a puppy, but she's a good dog. We had her for I think 12 or 13 years. I mean, she lived a great life, but due to some health complications, to just, and as far as like the procedure to take care, like she had tumors and masses of water, or pockets of water developing in her body, or I guess not water, I guess pockets of fluid, and the vet basically said, we can go down the route to of surgery. We can clear all the pockets out. We can get rid of the tumors. We can find out if they're cancerous, if they're not cancerous. With that, there's going to be chemotherapy and things like that. So she's gonna go through that, and basically after everything was said and done with what the life expectancy was and the quality of life after the surgery, it wasn't gonna be good. Like she wouldn't have been her happy self. She's very active dog. She's very loyal, and the doctor basically said, yeah, she'll mosey around, and she might go for a walk here and there, but like there isn't going to be much in the way of roughhousing and playing and all that. So she's just gonna and the life expectancy, she's like, best case scenario, you're looking at extending her life if everything goes according to plan. Best case scenario would be 2 years. And what would that 2 years look like, right? So I don't want to dwell on the bad, but one of our favorite parks to take Kira to was Hills and Dales. It's the last place I took her before we said our final goodbyes. So like I said in that last vlog, like it holds a very special sentimental value in my heart, like this park does. So we're gonna take Bowser there, and we're gonna honor Kira, the memory of Kira, by having a good time, go for a walk, play some fetch. Although Kira didn't like to play fetch. She was more of a, I'll run and grab the stick or ball or whatever, but I'm not going to bring it back to you. Bowser, on the other hand, he will play fetch till the sun goes down. But there's not a day that goes by where I don't think about or reminded of, or I see even yesterday, Amanda, Eli, and the family and I were driving, and we happened to see this dog sticking his head out the window, just passing us by. Looked identical to Kira, flat out identical. And like, you just see these little nuances from here or there. Things pop up. Facebook is another big reminder. Things pop up on Facebook with stuff that happened or whatever, and her picture would pop up here and there throughout the year, and we would just be going on walks. We'd be going places with the dogs and just doing stuff, and it's just just constantly reminded of her, constantly thinking about her. Really do miss that dog. She was our the dog that Amanda and I got as a couple before we got married. Shortly after we started dating, actually, to tell you the truth, it was kind of crazy. She's been one of the, the thing that always gets me is she's been the one constant with Amanda and I throughout our entire relationship. So saying goodbye to that, to her, saying goodbye to her was really hard, and it just, I always wanted the best for her, and we knew she was getting older, and we knew like she was starting to slow down a little bit, and it was just one of those things where every dog, every owner goes through that, and she's not, none of our animals are pets, right? They're a part of the family. They're, Kira was like our first child, to be honest with you. Like, we did everything with that dog, right? We took her camping, we took her on the boat, we took her up to the cottage, we took her on vacations. Like, she was with us. If you go back and look at our, when we first got together, Amanda was really big into scrapbooking. If you go back and look at all those scrapbooks, Kira is in just about every photo. And if she's not in the photo, she was at that event or that location, or that day she was there. So I just really had a hard time this morning. So I'm gonna make it through it, but it's just hard, right? When you love your animals, when you love them as family, it's really hard to kind of say goodbye, right? So we're gonna go have some fun. We're gonna go play fetch. We're gonna go outside. Yeah, we'll go play. We're gonna go have some fun at Hills and Dales. So we'll see you guys there. Alright guys, had a busy day. Got a whole bunch of work done today. Signed the last bit of papers. We have come to a deal, come to an agreement on our Gorman house. So we are all set up there. Inspections are set for next Thursday. So for those of you keeping track, we have inspections on our current property, the one that we're selling, on Tuesday, and then the house that we're buying inspections on Thursday. So with a little bit of luck, we'll have all of our information that we need back by the end of the weekend and be able to come to a decision as to what do we want fixed, if anything needs fixed, if there's anything out of code or any of that. Amanda and I started kind of planning out where we want furniture and stuff like that, so that's a good deal. We're going to go over on Thursday and kind of get some measurements of some of the rooms and stuff like that, so that we can kind of be prepared for when what do we want to pack up first, all that good stuff. So super pumped about that. So we are on our way over to the studio now. We got to Amanda's got Easter Bunny pictures tomorrow morning. She's got mini sessions, so she always has these live bunnies that she borrows from a rabbitry up in Springfield, and it's really cute. The pictures always turn out adorable. So if you're in the area, it's going to be too late by the time you see this tomorrow. But if you're in the area, in the Dayton area, and you want some really cute bunny pictures for your kids, look up Amanda. Look her up. Amanda D Photography. So, anyway, we did, however, get Joy and Andrew's trailer finished. So that's rendering right now. We'll go ahead and get that uploaded to Facebook, and that will be our Thursday video next week. So we'll get that finished, and then maybe tonight we'll be able to crank out Janie and Garrett's and Katie and Chris's, so that we can be like completely like up to date with all those release with our release schedule. But the game plan tonight is to get Janie and Garrett's done. That'll put us 6 weeks out as far as our content's concerned. That'll give us a little bit of a time to finish up some more of them and kind of get some more work put together. The other thing I want to look at tonight is Pinterest. I want to get my Pinterest accounts squared away, and I know it sounds weird, Pinterest, like, what are you doing, Joe? No, it's the Tuesdays Together group that we went to, like, really kind of opened my eyes to the fact that Pinterest can be a huge asset to videography, like any wedding vendor for that matter. So we're going to be working on that a little bit tonight, try to get that squared away so that we can get some more eye traffic and stuff like that. So anyway, we're on our way over to the studio. Enjoy the ride. Hope you guys are having a great week. Hope you finish the week strong. You're going to enjoy your weekend. Man, it feels good. It feels great to be off work. All right, so we got back, picked up the bunnies, got them dropped off at the studio. Those guys are good to go for tomorrow. We're gonna go ahead and work on a couple more of those trailers, get at least one more of them knocked out tonight. Then I want to work on my my Pinterest account. God, it sounds so weird saying that. But anyway, we're going to work on that, figure out what we need to do and how we're going to do it. So let's get to it. Good morning. It is Saturday, March 16th. Feeling pretty good today. A little chilly. It's a little chilly. The sun's shining though. There's no rain. Ground is still a little wet. But we're going to have some fun today. Got a couple odd and end things to take care of. We're going to go get some breakfast for these two yahoos. I'm going to go get a haircut. And then they have bunny pictures at Amanda Studio. So that's all happening in the morning. And then this afternoon, we got a whole lot of videography stuff to get through. Got gas, got the haircut, we got breakfast. Let's head over to the studio and get some Easter pictures for the boys, or with the boys, or of the boys. There you go. Let's get some Easter pictures of the boys. And yeah, just keep checking things off our list, right guys? All right, let's get to the studio. So we figured we'd drive up. We got a little bit of time to kill. We figured we'd drive up to Inglewood. When we were looking at these houses over here, we noticed a card shop. So we're like, hey, you know what? Let's go check out the local card shop, our LG, what's going to become our LGS, and let's see what it's like, right? We got to be able to play Magic, right? We got to be able to buy some board games. We got to be able to. You want Pokemon cards? Well, I'm talking about what we were looking for, right? So we buy comics, we buy Magic cards, we buy Pokemon cards, and we buy board games, right? So we need to make sure that the store has all that stuff, right? So sure enough, go in. It's run by a couple of brothers. They're both like super nice, like way generous. So like we kind of went in and asked them, told them kind of the situation. We're moving to town and looking for a new local game store, and you guys came up. So one of the brothers gave us a tour. They gave Eli and Sawyer a hero click. So this is it's It's a very popular kind of board card action figure miniature game, which now Eli wants to collect them all. So we'll see about that. I mean, we got to figure out how to play first, and see if you like the game, right? What if you don't like the game?
I don't care.
You don't care. You just want to collect them. So, they don't do Friday Night Magic. They don't have a lot of like the live events, which it's kind of unfortunate. But
They do Pokemon tournaments.
Yep, they have Pokemon tournaments and they have HeroClix tournaments too. So if we learn how to play HeroClix, we can play HeroClix there.
Yeah.
So they don't do Friday Night Magic, and they try to do pre-releases when they can. So it sounds like for like pre-release and stuff like that, we'll still be going to Epic Loot for that. So that will still be kind of like our main place as far as like tournaments go. But as far as like, you know, buying comic books, we'll probably get all of our comic books pulled there. And you know, they introduced us a board game that they were selling for $10 called Creepy Freaks.
I have this.
Yep. So it has basically the board, the starter set, and a few expansion characters. There's like some type of story. The guy was kind of explaining to me. It's kind of like a mix between checkers and chess, and there's like characters and stuff like that you play as, and so it looks pretty cool. So we went ahead and picked it up. All right, guys. So we got home, did some work on the computer, got another one of the trailers uploaded. So I think we are up to 6 weeks of produced content that's scheduled out for the Facebook page and the YouTube channel, which is great. So we kind of got that off our back a little bit. Need to work on a couple more edits as far as some of the ones further out, which that's not that big of a deal. We can kind of knock that out tonight. So we went over to Home Depot and was kind of looking at picking out colors for the boys, letting them pick out colors for their rooms so we can get some new paint up on those walls. Right now they're purple and pink, and neither one of them are happy with those color choices. So we'll let them pick out a couple different colors. We might, other than that, I'm gonna head over to Kroger, get us some dinner, and then I don't know, we'll go from there. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end the vlog there for the day. Man, it's a busy Saturday. Back to work tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it. This week off was amazing. We got a whole bunch of stuff done. Still got some more work to do before we get the house sold. Got a couple things we got to get together as far as some of the upcoming releases for the YouTube channel and Facebook page. So we got a couple things we got to close out tomorrow morning and then tomorrow evening after we get home. So still lots to do. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Sunday, March 17th. It's definitely spring. It's a little chilly, but it's not snowing, it's not raining, birds are chirping. Let's get to it. All right. So we got a little bit of time. We're leaving a little early. It's about 10:30. We got to be at work at, well, they didn't tell me. It's either 11. I got to be at work at either 11:30 or 12. So we're gonna assume 11:30 and get there early. But we got to swing by the bank real quick, deposit some money, and that way we can pay for our earnest money tomorrow morning when we go to pay our check to our realtor for our offer in Inglewood. So not a lot happening today. Got to spend some quality time with the family. We had breakfast. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. I'm not Irish, but we still put green food coloring in our pancakes and made them in the shapes of shamrocks. So it is what it is. So anyway, not a lot really going on today. We've got really two main things I want to accomplish today outside of my 9 to 5. So one, we've got some edits to do some final edits to do on the those not the teaser trailers. We've got some final edits to do on the trailers for our Facebook and YouTube campaigns. We've got 2 of those that I want to complete tonight. And then a bride that I had finished and got approval on the final product had made a request. And like I said, I typically do revisions or whatever, but like this is pretty far out as far as like I delivered it in December, the film in December, and she's wanting to make a special request now. I'm gonna do it, not gonna charge anything for it, but because I'm still starting out. But I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Like, what would be your policy as far as revisions go? Do you give them like 2 weeks? Do you give them a week? How many revisions? Like, what types of policies do you have in place as far as a creator to prevent someone from coming back and coming back and coming back? It's like, hey, I'm the creative person, you're the client, you have to trust in my good judgment. Or do you just kind of let them go hog wild? And what's the longest, set of revisions that you've had to do? Obviously, I want to keep my customers happy and make sure their experience goes well. But, what's kind of curious to hear what types of revisions you guys have had to make, and what types of accommodations you had to make as well. So at the end of the day, I'm going to make the change. It's a pretty straightforward change. It just has to do with a particular song that they wanted swapped out. So it's going to take me less than 2 minutes to do. The actual render time of the film is going to take longer, and the upload is going to take longer than the actual edit's going to do. So at the end of the day, I'm happy to do it, and yeah, so we'll see. So we'll see how it turns out. So the other thing, those are the 2 things that the 2 things I want to get done today. The other thing that I can do while I'm at work is kind of research a little bit more about this Pinterest thing. I've kind of been pecking away at that like a little bit at a time. And I really just need to kind of commit and get like, a good hour or 2 of research done. And, Sundays are a great day to do that because there's not really a lot going on at work. There's 2 supervisors, and there's usually about 12 to 15 communicators. And, since there's only that many, usually the inbound work kind of outweighs the outbound work. And, you usually get about, probably about 20 to 30 minutes in between your questions. Or when you need to go help people. So I might be able, if I take my lunch and then also, kind of work on the clock or whatever, trying to do some research, probably, and they can multitask as well. So like we have to like listen to phone calls and things like that, and grade phone calls. So, plugging in some headphones, listening to some phone calls while I read, not that difficult. So take care of business there. Got some big news to announce tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good move. Just, with all the changes that are happening right now, and all the things that are going on, it's kind of a little nerve-wracking. But I think, once everything kind of switches over, it'll just be like smooth sailing. And it'll be one of those things like, man, why didn't I do this sooner? So anyway, let's get to work. Hope you guys are having a great day. Okay, so we got our 9 to 5 over. Obviously, it's, not 5 o'clock. But We got our work day over. We got a lot of work done on videography stuff. I took my lunch break, got kind of dove right into the whole Pinterest thing. Really kind of interesting stuff there, like with the boards and things like that. Really kind of took took my notes and kind of put the ideas from that Tuesdays Together group and put them to practice. Put together, worked a little bit on the MailChimp website, which was really sweet. It's got 2 different landing pages created, one for brides to go to that I can link off to for Pinterest, actual Pinterest icons and photos and things like that I can make. Basically, it talks to them, it talks about what types of things are you most worried about when it comes to your wedding videography and things like that. And it kind of highlights, what things to look out for and And then I also made another one, a separate one that talks along the same lines, but more about what questions you should ask your videographer before signing any contract or handing over any deposit. I gave 4 questions you need to ask them, and it basically kind of outlines your music and copyright, audio for like the ceremony purposes and like specifically like vows. It also highlighted delivery and how do you deal with delivery. What was the other part of that? Delivery and storage? No, delivery and delivery. And also talked about delivery and backups. So those 3, and then the final one is a very important one, something that doesn't get discussed very much at all, kind of along with copyright. But the last one is revisions, and that is, I think, a really big sticking point for some people. Is like, what if I'm not satisfied with this? How many revisions do I get? Do you charge per revision? Is there a set number? Blase. How long? We kind of talked about that a little bit today. Basically, the way this is kind of set up and the way it was explained at this Tuesdays Together group is you set up on Pinterest. You set up boards, and basically these are icons that you can create. They're pictures, they're quotes, they're things like that to kind of interest people. When they click on them, it kind of opens up to another page and it kind of gives them a description. You can kind of fill out like, okay, this this page I created specifically for a few brides that are looking for videographers, and here's some questions that you need to be asking before you sign anything. Click here for more information. And when you click on it, it takes you to the MailChimp landing page where you kind of can piece things together, and from there you can get email address, and like the whole idea is to present them with some benefits and some features and some some vital information about the topic that you've kind of hooked them with on Pinterest. And inside there, if they enjoy the content, there's a subscribe button, so you can kind of get their email and kind of set up a newsletter or monthly whatever. And then down at the bottom, I've got a place where it's got an outgoing email where they can click on to get a quote or ask questions, stuff like that. So it's really kind of intriguing. It's like this building a website thing, but not building a full website. You're literally just building a page that MailChimp puts in, does all the coding for, and they obviously advertise at the bottom, at the top, and stuff like that. But it's not really that big of a deal. But the drag and drop type of thing that you get from like a Wix or a Squarespace is, this is great because you don't have to build an entire website. You just build one page for a specific reason. All right. So we made it home. Got to talk to the wife a little bit. She's upstairs working on her lesson plan for her kids tomorrow for this week. We got a little bit of work to do on some of these videos. We're going to make that revision to the video from December, and then we got to edit this vlog. That's going to take a while, as most of the weekend vlogs do. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end the vlog there. I hope you had a great weekend. I really appreciate you sticking it out with me for these long videos. Still quite haven't figured out the best course of action for these weekend vlogs, but we'll get it edited down and try to make it at least somewhat consumable so it's not 15 hours long. Got the song switched out for the request from the bride from the December release. So try to work it into the actual ceremony. Wasn't quite matching up the way I liked it, so we went ahead and dropped it in the trailer, the smaller trailer, and then just lowered the levels of the actual song that I originally put in there so that they're not overpowering each other, that you can hear her singing. So we got that put together for her. We're rendering that right now. We'll get that uploaded to MediaZilla tonight, and then she'll have that in her inbox tomorrow. Got one other wedding video to make some minor corrections to, and that will go on. We'll do that. We'll probably do that tomorrow, tomorrow morning, since we don't go into work till about noon. And go ahead and get this vlog uploaded. Or excuse me, get this vlog loaded on the computer, edit, and starting the rendering process so we can upload it tomorrow. Have a great night, guys. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.